managed to, thanks to some judicious use of a water walk spell and some crazy rolls from Shayna, um, managed to defeat the Sapphire. You met Ruby shortly before she ripped out her own heart, and now have all the pieces.
Hey.
What?
That totally like skips over our like Zashi convinced her to rip out her own heart. That's what happened.
Yeah.
There was a persuasion check in there.
There was definitely a persuasion check in there.
Yep.
Let's see. So we have that. Also, Whistler and Storm got temporarily high for an hour off of some pollen.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, now you guys have all the parts you need for. I think you decided on doing the tattoos.
Yep. Was Whistler and Storm gonna get like the ink, and then Whistler was gonna do the actual tattooing?
Right.
Is that how that was?
Right. We were gonna have the jeweler make us the ink and just buy the ink.
Right, because you didn't want him his crappy tattoo art on you. So yeah, we'll start with that. So you guys make your way back to town. Get the ink. What does everybody want their where does everyone's tattoo look like and where is it? In order for I'll let you know, in order for it to work, it needs to be at least a 4-inch by 4-inch tattoo.
Sashi's gonna get it on her right arm.
Okay.
I think I pretty much have to do the same thing because we're both covered in Dustborn tattoos on the other side of our bodies.
Yep.
So do you ask Whistler for anything specific?
Okay. Do I?
I do.
So I know what I'm gonna get.
What's Bill getting?
So Bill's gonna get one. It's gonna be a little bit larger than 4 inches if he can, but it looks like a mask.
Okay.
You know, like we're actually, you know, how right now the time with all the masks.
Mm-hmm.
He actually has one in game now on his face.
Okay.
So when you ask for it, what do you tell Whistler? This is important.
You had to make it very specific.
I specifically want a tattoo in the shape of a mask on my face. It would just cover just my mask as if I was wearing a surgical mask. Or actually, probably be like a bandana looking one because I think that's the easiest thing to say. Like makes it look like I have a bandana on my face without having a bandana on my face.
Yeah, I will say this: Bill always looks somewhat terrifying, but even looks more terrifying right before you go to tattoo him because you have to shave around his muzzle first. Like the hair will grow back in, but the in order to access his skin, you have he looks like a shaved hyena on his face.
I think Sashi actually asks for a serpent wrapped around a crow.
Okay.
It's a stick figure crow with squiggly line that's green. Dako's gonna do one better and just bust out this cool book that he's got and show you a series of elemental symbols that he like transcribed.
You get exactly that.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's the way to do it with Whistler.
Okay. So and then is Storm doing the Care Bear thing?
Storm doesn't know. Because for one thing, Storm is going to have to shave something apparently, and so he's going to be like, Zashi, help me pick. These other people are assholes.
Yeah, well, it's going to take a while for your fur to grow back no matter where you put it. So you might want to do something like on your thigh or on your arm. That way, you're not walking around with a naked tummy for weeks.
You could get Orcus loves me more tattooed.
That would be fun, but probably not a good idea at the moment. So, yeah, Storm will just be like, give me a tattoo on my arm, Whistler, and he wants it to be like fire going up the arm. He's very specific on it. It's like, he knows you, Whistler.
Yeah, no, and so you totally get that. Although it's got to be whatever the colors of the tattoo is.
Yeah.
What does what does the ink look like?
It's essentially iridescent ink, so it shifts color depending upon how light is hitting it.
Okay, and Bill, you do get like kind of a mask, kind of, but it's like just like the classic handkerchief bandana pattern, right? Like the little flowery fleur-de-lis things, just like all over.
Yes, Terry.
Yeah, no, I was going to let him finish. I was just going to say, instead of the little patterns, do you want to put little crows there? There's a little more things.
Instead of paisley, little
The
crow.
paisley's a little bit
He
little crow.
totally will if you tell him to do that.
Yeah.
But when he starts, he's just going to do the classic bandana pattern because he's very literal with this.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
But if you tell him in the middle, or if you tell him to do that, he will do it. He will do whatever you tell him.
We probably can't see until it's done. Since I'm sure
Yeah.
you in your mirror.
Okay. So you guys get your tattoos.
And Zashi totally gets a picture of Zashi being hugged by Whistler on her arm.
I love it.
Okay.
And Whistler just wants the murderer crow symbol on his beak on the left side. So who's going to do it for him?
Yeah, that is actually a good point, because so Whistler doesn't have to roll because of his weird forger ability that he gets from being a Kenku, but he can't.
He can make the illusion of one, like he can stencil it out, but there's no way that he's going to be able to tattoo his own beak. So.
Yeah.
Well, would that be a dex check or something else?
I would say because Whistler would make the stencil, it would be a dex check. You're basically just tracing.
Who does Whistler trust the most is probably what that boils down to. They're drawing on his beak, man.
Yeah.
So what arms just got tattooed?
And
Yeah, Zashi's right arm and Dako's right arm.
Okay. Are both of those characters right-handed?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it's neither of you two.
All right, let's roll for it. Odds it's Dako's, evens it's Zashi. How's that sound?
He would totally probably have Brutus do it.
Yeah, Brutus will do it. I'll have Brutus roll.
Unless Brutus gets his dominant arm also tattooed.
Brutus
Let's
is
roll
ambidextrous,
1d3.
so
A 1d3. Zashi, Dako, Brutus. There's your 1 through 3.
Oh, he would let Bill do it too.
Yeah.
Basically, Storm does not get to tattoo.
So 1d4. Bill picked up number 4. Boom. Oh, Zashi wins.
Okay.
okay, Sasha, give me a straight dex check. Unless you're proficient in calligraphy tools, which I don't think you are.
No. Zashi's proficient in like painting tools.
You know who
Yeah,
won?
tattooing is more like calligraphy than it is like
Yeah,
painting.
that's what I figured. Did it work? That did not actually go over there. Weird. All right, I'll try this again.
I mean, it's a trace. It's not the best. It's a little shaky, but like from like 6 feet, it looks fine. Like if you get up to it, it has some issues, but it's not horrendous. However, you probably
Sure,
screamed.
Whistler probably passed out in the middle of it. 'cause
Yeah.
It was weak.
Oh, poor Whistler.
Okay, so you guys get your tattoos. Basically, for how this works is normally you'd have issues when fighting, and you don't always have to be attuned to it, but you probably want to attune to it when you think you're gonna fight Opal, because it'll gives you more control over your magic items. Basically, you don't your magic items and your spells normally. So, there's not a lot of mechanics there because it's more of a like you are immune to some of the mechanics I would have had during the fight.
Cool.
Um,
How long does it take to attune to it?
an hour. It's standard attunement. It just basically it takes up an attunement slot. The I will say this, you all of you now do have advantage against Opal's breath weapon for the save. Yeah, so you make it back to town beyond the tattoos, which probably took I would say a while. At least 8 hours to get everybody tattooed. What do you guys want to do?
Zashi would like to swing into Abernathy's to see about picking up some potions.
Abernathy is toiling away. He it's literally been a day since you last raided his wares, and he doesn't have any supplies coming in right now, so he doesn't have anything really new.
Yep.
We know what he needs.
Zashi would like to talk to him about her friend's reaction to the pollen.
Do you have any of this pollen?
Well, it would depend on when Zashi would be going to Abernathy, because she wouldn't be hanging around while Whistler did everyone's tattoos. She probably would have popped in when he was doing the first or second person. So
Right. Can you go ahead and give me a D percentage check?
okay. $61.
Oh, there it goes. Wow, that was slow. Getting that. He kind of looks you over, and he like gets a brush and starts like brushing your armor, like the cracks in it, and he gets enough pollen to make one potion.
Okay. How much do I owe?
Because as far as I know, none of you collected any of the pollen.
Not as far as I know.
Question is, can I reproduce it with Druidcraft?
No. I'm
I'm
pretty sure Druidcraft specifically says you can't reproduce anything with a gold value.
Fortunate.
How much do I owe him for that potion? And how long is it going to take for him to make it?
So he's able to, because basically he's taking the charm effect out of the pollen. Normally it'd take forever to make a potion of Druidcraft, but because of the material you're giving him, it's already done. So he's basically distilling it, so it doesn't take very long. It takes it'll take the 8 hours it takes to tattoo everybody. But a single potion of True Sight, that would be a rare item. So 750 gold.
Holy crap.
Oh, do you need gold?
No, I don't. I just think 750.
Daco's got a really good history of lending you gold. It's okay.
He does. Okay. I will pay for that.
And that just grants you true sight out to 60 feet per hour when you take it.
Cool. And then, as Zashi heads back to where Whistler and the others are, her steed King insists on playing King of the Stump for like a good 30 minutes before he allows her to go back to everyone else.
Okay. Is Zashi feeling guilty about Ruby?
Yeah. And King knows that, so he's trying to distract her for a little bit.
Okay.
So if anyone actually comes out in the middle of town, Zashi is playing with her giant goat on a stump. King of the Stump.
Okay. What's everybody else doing? I obviously Whistler is stuck tattooing everybody for a while.
And then sleeping.
Yeah.
No, probably returning and then sleeping.
Yes, Terry.
So Bill plans on going to the closest place he can to get an actual real bandana to put on
Mhm.
until his hair grows back a little bit more.
Okay.
And then he's going to try to make his way to talk to the dragons.
Okay. The dragons are kind of the real bandana. It's not hard to get at all. There's plenty of cloth around here. It is more plain than like the paisley bandana pattern you currently have. The yeah, the dragons are basically just asleep in the north side of town. And as you approach, one of them opens.
Never mind. I was going to say I was going to walk up to him and try to say something, but I remember we want them to be asleep, so I'm going to turn around and not wake them up and go back.
Okay. So everybody else goes to sleep. Okay. Next morning comes. The actually, can I get Storm? Let's do this. Can I get Storm and Whistler to both roll wisdom checks for me, please?
Just straight checks, not saves.
Yeah, straight checks. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you guys have a calm night.
Great rules there.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys want to do?
Does anyone have any idea how to track Opal down?
Nope.
Do we know any famous trackers that could help us possibly find somebody?
I walk over and I toss Sashi the crystal ball that fried everybody's brain last time.
Oh, I forgot about that thing. I guess we could try that again.
Is that what you're gonna do? Oop! Ow! I turned my headphones up too loud and blasted my own eardrums out.
So what does the
Yeah.
crystal ball do for us?
It's allows us to cast.
Try.
Yes,
Scry.
try.
But it's a really bad idea on Opal.
Yeah, last time it did like a shit ton of psychic damage to Zashi when she attempted it.
Well, then Dako's willing to step up and try this time.
Okay. So Daco, are you doing that?
Yeah.
Are you attuned to your tattoo? You said you were, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's resolve
That's
this.
totally scrying hand.
Okay, so I think actually I need to look something up. I think give me a second. Sorry.
Sure. Dako's brain melts.
No. I do need you to make a wisdom save though,
I thought that might be coming.
with advantage.
With advantage, that would be a 23.
Okay. Okay. The Okay. So you get a flash of a like it looks like an eyeball, but with multiple like stars in it, and then you feel something blast against your brain, but your tattoo flares to life and actually like seems to nullify what just happened.
Well, this came in handy, guys. All I got was a star-filled eye. Don't know if that means anything to you guys. Doesn't mean a whole lot to me.
Nope.
Can we roll to see if it does?
Yeah, sure.
What would you like me to roll?
Intelligence check.
Anything else?
Nope. Just intelligence check.
Yay, it worked that time. Cool.
I'm assuming that since the ball is casting scrying, nobody can use the ball for 24 hours to cast on him.
Yeah, I'm looking at the spell right now. Actually, no, because technically, like, yes, the spell came from the ball, but Chester was the one who cast the spell, so
somebody else could attune to the ball and an hour later cast
yeah.
it. Okay, well, I'll start trying to attune to it.
Okay.
And I guess right now I'm just attuned to the tattoo, the ball, and my ring, because I'm always tattooed to that point, ring of flame.
Okay, so if you guys want to wait around an hour, I'll go ahead and roll the next check.
I was going to ask you, do we want to ask around town to see if anyone new has come here to track, or if you want to bug the dragons, because the dragons might know something about tracking, or might know somebody else to track? Yes, no? Got a whole hour to wait, so I think I'd walk around instead of sit there.
Yeah, I think Zashi will clean herself up and then go see Monk, because Monk might have an idea regarding tracking a magic creature.
Okay, and then Bill, do you want to go talk to the dragons, or you?
Yes.
Okay.
Now I have more reason to instead of just waking them up to ask them 3 questions.
How you doing, guys? I really missed you.
Okay, the dragons are like, they're just kind of passed out under the giant gold blanket, but one of them does open their eye and it's the knoll. What can we do for you?
Well, it's what I can do for you, possibly.
And what can you do for us?
Well, it depends what you can do for me right now.
You get like it's just one eye, like it still hasn't, the dragon hasn't moved, but you get this sense of like it taking psychic damage.
Well, no, I don't think Bill would be able to do that anyway. That would be really wise. He would just try to ask the question and try to get a point across and ask if they know anyone to help them search for somebody or know somebody so they can make this transition easier for them to get back where they want to. And also just explain a little bit if they have any connections with other people and try to explain he's trying to get his name out there for a little while, like this whole thing, and then go from there.
Just say we are not particularly skilled trackers. Our general MO is burn cities, get money. But so tracking isn't really something we do. The Our riders were generally pretty good at such things.
Well, Sashi's not there, but we do still have one of them
Yeah.
as a guest.
Okay, and then because concurrently Zashi is talking to Monk. Monk, Zashi.
Hi, Monk.
Hello. Business has been quite slow lately.
I would imagine so. Probably everyone's feeling a little out of sorts. You wouldn't happen to have any idea how I might be able to track a very powerful magical dragon?
Very wide smile goes on his face. Like, you need somebody hunted down.
Well, yeah, I need to track them down so that we can deal with them.
I might have a speciality in such things, but if I have a feeling that this might put even my immortal being in danger. What are you willing to trade?
That is a good question.
Give him Whistler.
Well, considering that I just need to find them, could we do a favor for a favor?
This just seems like one of those things that I'm not sure nebulous terms will satisfy.
All right. Do you have something in mind?
Generally, it's the question right now is less on what I want and more what you're willing to give up for this. Your payment will determine my involvement.
Payment will determine the involvement. Give them the red dragons. They're not mine to give. Scott, can you skip to everyone else while I contemplate it? And
Yeah.
make us some coffee?
Sure. So yeah, the dragons are talking to Bill and let Bill know the Gith that the knight actually is a good tracker. Specifically is good at tracking down dragons.
So, well, I think it for his time, and I'll make my way back to the group to let everybody else know.
Mhm.
It's a little bit more persuasive for the talking to the dragon rider.
Okay.
Sashi's the persuasive one, right?
And Storm.
And Storm. I'd probably go bug Storm if Storm's around. I don't know if Storm's still sleeping or not.
Even with his shaved. I mean,
It's a shaved arm. It's not.
Yeah.
Storm, I was told that if we talk to one of the dragon riders, we might be able to persuade them to help us track. They're especially good at tracking dragons for some reason.
Well, there's only one dragon rider, and I'm not even sure if Storm knows where they put him.
He's in a jail cell in the sheriff's office.
Well, then, yeah. Guess we could go talk to that guy, see if he's willing to try to drag him for us.
Okay, doing that, you find him. It's a pretty barren cell, and there's just a Githyanki warrior, pretty much like stripped except for his pants, and just meditating in the middle of the room.
Cool. And it's that same one that I fought.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's the one that you dueled.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just come up and start tapping on the bars, I guess. See if he snaps out of it.
He doesn't even open his eyes. He just, yes.
So, my friend here tells me that you're good at tracking dragons, and we kind of have need of somebody tracking down a dragon right now.
I'm better than most. Yes.
So, would you be willing to help us?
Sure. If you are willing to free me, clothe me, and arm me,
As long as you promise not to, like, do anything violent to any of my companions or the rest of the city or its people.
as
Yeah.
long as I am in your employ, I will do no such thing.
Can we get you to sign a contract?
Yes.
Where's Whistler and the contract when we need him?
Sure, we have a copy someplace in the office.
Yeah, look for a copy. The murder of Crow's contract.
I mean, this was Daco's area, so I'm sure he's got a bunch of them someplace. Would you like us to search for him?
No, you guys know where one is. It's easy enough to retrieve one. If you present him one of the contracts, he just kind of looks it over and is like, I'm not joining your mercenary group. I am offering you my services for one task.
We'll put on the contract for one task. He's in the murder of Crows for one task to track down this dragon.
Okay. He signs it.
All right. Then if he signed the contract, then I'll let him out.
Okay.
Look for clothes and his stuff.
His stuff is in the armory. It's easy enough to retrieve.
Yeah, I don't touch his sword. I just point him in the direction of it.
I will say the swords are kind of.
Daco made a point of giving those to the Red Dragon.
Yeah, they're
return
Mhm.
because he knew better than to sit on those.
But he's able to retrieve his stuff, and then. So you wish me to find this dragon?
Yeah, let's go talk to the rest of the people so we can figure out when we want to do this.
You have anything of it? It would be easier for me to track this creature down.
Do we have anything of Opal's?
Not that I'm aware. You might have a little bit of the ink, and he might be able to use that.
All right. Yeah. So, who would have the ink?
Whistler.
Whistler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we might have something. We'll have to. Let's go talk to.
Okay. When you retrieve the ink, he closes his eyes for a second. And okay, I see the edge of the world. I see far across the water an area the creatures of the lake swim. He points in a direction, and then like he basically points on this map. It would be south, but it actually isn't. Like, but I guess there is no south north right now. Anyways, he points in a direction and says something 10 miles, and pointing in that direction, and it's across the lake. And then he takes, because he doesn't have one of these tattoos.
Damage.
You see the blood come shooting out of his nose as he collapses to the ground.
Is he unconscious?
No.
You have to pay him if he dies.
Oh,
Is-
by the way, there's might be feedback. If you do this incorrectly.
It's like, oh, you don't have one of these tattoos?
What the hell was that? He's not dead.
I'm not really sure, but the magic people tell me it's bad. They said something about doing something wrong, or this person doesn't like for people to do that. I thought they told you already. My bad.
The Storm was just sitting there writing down what he was saying, like south or whatever direction, points, and then like across the lake, into the world.
Did you write end or edge? This may become important later.
To Storm, it is the end of the world.
So were you able to find anything?
I have a lock on him now, but he's fighting me.
Okay. Do we need a key, or this one we can just jury rig open?
More psychic damage just to...
I know. Does this knock him unconscious?
No, he has quite a bit of HP. He just looks at Bill.
So how long can you keep this up in order for us to find them? We don't want you to die in the process.
I normally I can keep this up for an entire day, as long as I concentrate on it. But as I said, he's pushing against my defenses.
So do you have a time in mind so we don't have you come on harm?
I do not know. Okay, so I will tell you this. This is your characters would have no way of knowing this, but he's gonna take 14d6 psychic damage every hour that goes by, and he has this spell. And he's concentrating on this spell.
Does he need to roll a concentration check to see if he loses concentration because of the damage he took?
No.
I'll
And normally, yes, you would, but I'm not.
Yeah.
That would create a problem. So
Right.
Is the dragon moving around, or is it just staying over there?
seems to be stationary.
All right. Well, you could probably drop it because I don't want you to. We'll wait for almost a full hour and then let him drop it. Probably
Okay.
see if Opal moves during that time.
I mean, he says that it's mobile, but like it's staying in relatively the same spot.
Yeah, just across the lake, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
10 miles or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll hurry and try to find the others and tell them that we know where Opal is.
How big is the lake?
The lake is huge. So it's some weird physics thing that the lake isn't draining because because it actually is cut off. Like the lake is the horizon.
Well, that's what I was asking because the lake is longer than 10 miles.
Yeah. The lake is like Great Lakes size. It's huge.
So, is the astral plane, is it like foggy? How far can you see into it?
So with True Sight, you can only see 60 feet with the True Sight. That's what it does. It creates a 60-foot. But
Right, but I mean, we're in the astral plane. So
oh yeah, the astral plane itself. The astral plane isn't foggy.
Could we see him with a spyglass? Like,
Yeah.
we'd be able to just look at him.
Well, you can look at the
10 miles
water.
above the bar.
He does let you know that it's below the water line. Like you can't see it from here.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Astral plane itself isn't foggy. The astral plane is immensely gray, but it's not. It's like technically the astral plane is like a sea. It's a completely overcast day on a calm sea is what the astral plane actually looks like.
So he basically just told us he's hiding on the other side of our landmass so that we can't.
Yeah.
We don't have line of sight on him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Water breathing might be a good idea. To answer Dako's question. Yes, Terry.
I would like to go around town and figure out if there's any other healing potions. We don't think we're going to get attacked. Wondering if anyone's been hoarding anything that we could actually possibly use.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a persuasion check, because anybody that would have any healing potions are probably are hoarding them. You'd have to convince them to give it up. Yeah, you get there's like 2 families that will surrender what healing items they have. You get a lot of people like misunderstanding what you're saying and trying to give you like healer's kits, like a first aid kit. But 2 families have minor healing potions.
How many
On
of
the
those?
bright side, I can cast that I can do water breathing as a ritual. Nice.
Cool.
I mean, I have to be told so I can prepare it, but you know.
You don't actually have to prepare ritual spells.
Oh, I thought you had to have them prepared to be able to cast
That's the
them.
druid
Ritual.
you do.
What? Is it druid?
You do.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'm
of
pretty
everything
sure-
but wizard. Everything but wizard has to have it.
Oh.
Yeah, I have to have it as a prepared spell to be able to cast it as a ritual.
Mm.
So someone has to tell me for me to be able to prepare it and do that, and then we have to take the time for me to do that.
Mhm.
Well, after the last fight, I would think that you would just start. Maybe I should prepare this just in case.
Yeah, the only ones who get around that rule are wizards, and then like the warlocks who have the book.
Yeah, the Pact of the Tome.
Yeah, Pact of the Tome.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if Dako would have realized we were going back to the water, then I mean, he did already sleep, so he would have been able to repair that. I can drop Erupting Earth to prepare that. Boom.
So how many potions? So I can write that down.
2.
2. Roger.
So yeah, the Gith, it doesn't like it decides to drop the weird version of Hunter's Mark that he can cast, and then
Does anybody tell Whistler?
Yeah, I'd let Whistler know, but I'd also have the guy come with us because the whole point is his task until we find the dragon.
he is going to be very clear that he is just going to lead you to the dragon. He is not going to fight the dragon.
Right.
Especially
Sean
after
doesn't
taking
say
that.
Is that he probably won't have a choice.
Mm.
Once he gets there, he might be in the fight.
So how do you?
So does that take the hour for Whistler to attune?
Yeah.
I mean, like, does this take enough time that he's attuned?
Yeah.
Because he's gonna stop if they come with the guy with the bloody nose.
I mean, that's up to them. Do you? I mean,
Well, if we see him still attuning, we're gonna let him finish. You know, we don't interrupt him.
okay.
Yeah, he's doing something important.
Okay. So you're attuned to that now.
Okay. Well, the first thing he does, and it's not gonna work because he's got some kind of ward, but he's going to try to scry on Vecna, thinking that. Well, he's thinking that Vecna might let him do it. But I don't think that's actually what stopped Vecna from being scryed on last time. So I don't think he'll get the option to even let Whistler.
Well, so this is a weird thing. I do need you to make a Charisma Arcana check.
Go Whistler, you can do it.
Oh crap! Now I gotta figure out what that is.
Just remember to tell Big Daddy Vecna you love him before you do it.
Yeah, you should have got that tattoo on yourself.
You know, ask someone to cast guidance on you real quick. Maybe that'll help. Some of us can.
Well, I will cast Big Guidance on myself.
Fine.
So you guys get the gift and you go wait for Whistler. So Zashi's still talking to Monk then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still waiting on because he's
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt everyone else. So
okay.
when you're ready.
Oh well, let's finish this Vecna thing. So Whistler, you actually link up with something. It's not quite Vecna. What you see is a broken and shattered dragon skull on the bottom of the lake floor. You can see it was basically created this like pocket of air. You can actually see water like forming a dome around you. You see this skull. It's basically half of a dragon skull, and then a large opalescent claw just crush it, and then your scry stops.
Awesome. What was in the water?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Whistler gets out of it and he's just shaking, afraid.
Whistler, are you okay?
And he makes an illusion of a snow globe with a castle inside, and then he changes the illusion so that the snow globe explodes. And then he runs and starts putting his armor on.
Well, that does not bode well.
Yeah, I don't think he likes snow globes anymore.
I think metaphorically, the dome is the snow globe.
What dome?
Wait, are you not there with us when we established this was a dome?
A home, not a dome.
Now I'm taking psychic damage.
Okay, we're gonna go back to Zashi. Has Zashi figured out what?
Yeah. So how are things going with your fiance? Because last time we talked about her, you were trying to avoid her.
Well, I mean, right now it's pretty easy to avoid her.
If my group is successful in getting Malys back to where it belongs in the material plane, though, that's not going to be true for very long.
True enough.
So, in regards to that, as the favor I could do for you, I could intercede on your behalf to keep her occupied for a time that you actually need her out of your hair.
He kind of look. Give me a persuasion roll with disadvantage, please.
Okay. That work? Nope. Okay. Nope. That's pretty good.
He looks at you. Says, I mean, I want out of here, so I'll help you out. It's not exactly what I was looking for, but it might cause that promise might cause you problems later, so that seems entertaining. At which point he snaps his fingers, the shadows start coalescing and form. You're not quite sure if it's a wolf or a dog, or its form seems to be made of shadow as it shifts around under the light. But it definitely has a distinctive canine look to it. Take my companion here. He will make sure that you do not get led astray. He might be useful in a fight as well.
All Thank you. Come on, Pupper. Or does he have a name? He probably won't like me just calling him Pupper the whole time.
His name's Sammy.
Okay.
Aw.
Lead on. Sammy, we need to gather everyone else. But thanks for your assistance.
Sammy doesn't so much walk as like glide. And you notice it like it tends to seem to get like transparent when it's in direct sunlight. But otherwise you now have a shadow mastiff.
Ooh.
Yay, Shadow Mastiff. Okay. I guess I'll start wandering back to the temple where Whistler was last.
Okay.
Whistler, I just want to say thank you for the tattoo. I've gotten a couple compliments on it before I actually got my bandana, so I just want to make sure to say thank you.
He is not even paying attention. He is like just like throwing shit together and trying to get ready.
He is scared.
He's got his bug out bag and everything. Just
Scott, you saw that Dako is reattuning to water.
Yeah.
And I am also, I don't know how much time we're gonna have, but while he's getting ready, he's trying to reattune back to his other stuff.
Okay.
He doesn't see
I mean, you guys again, the dragon, well,
all of it. He's keeping attuned to the tattoo. But
right. It seems like you, I mean, like you guys get to determine when you leave, so
Well, he implied that the thing's going to explode, so Dako thinks that we're going soon. That gave me a sense of urgency. I don't know about anyone other than Bill who didn't seem to.
yeah, and that's exactly what he was trying to say. Because in the water, either it exploded or it just doesn't matter. We're still being attacked.
So, hey everyone, this is Sammy. He's going to help us find Opal.
I just laugh. I'm like, Opal's over there.
Oh, cool. So you guys made some progress too. Cool.
Also, the dome might be exploding. Good times. And the dragon's underwater, so good times.
Well, we should have still 6 days before the dome fades.
We also have a new member.
Here, 6 days there.
We just like point at Whistler. It's over there in the corner freaking out.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
All right.
does Zashi have like any type of like connection to the dome? Could she tell if it was down?
Not exactly. I mean, the entity, had told her we had a week before he stopped communicating with her. So she could attempt to talk to him again, but
But I feel like that's how long it would last if left alone.
yeah. But she doesn't have like a constant link with him. Though she can point out what looked like a stream of stars. Scott, does that look like it's still as strong as it was? Because you had described the serpent actually turning into that like link.
give me a perception check.
Can we all roll?
Sure.
Oh no.
I am good at perception, I think. Well, I'm okay at perception. I am not perceiving a whole lot.
No.
Yeah.
I am busy
As far as you guys, as far as all of you can tell, it hasn't changed.
Let's do this. Thumbs up.
Yeah. If you guys are ready, I'm ready.
We need We need Brutus's boat. And we don't have to fail.
We need Brutus. Where's Brutus?
I think he's still sleeping.
Are there any sailors that we've met? Should we bring along someone who knows how to actually drive it, or Whistler and I gonna be pushing things the hard way?
Well, some of us kind of figured out how sailing worked while we were out there.
Can't be that hard.
Well, I'm gonna fly out towards the barrier.
In armor? You can fly in armor?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's why I have mithril armor. It's because it's light.
Nice. I'm still picturing like the big plate, bulky one where you were like falling in.
It is that one. It's the same one. It just wasn't that big and bulky. I
Oh,
just
okay.
oh, but he figured it out.
Okay. Because he put the armor on before he was proficient in the armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Whistler's gonna try to fly towards it. How are the rest of you guys getting over there?
Oh, I'm
We're
not
gonna-
flying towards it. I'm flying the other direction.
He's
The other
towards the other side of the barrier. On the other
I'm
side.
just flying towards the nearby of the barrier to see if the barrier is up.
Oh yeah. Do you slow down before you get to the barrier?
Yeah, of course. I know where the barrier is. We determined where it was last time.
Okay, yeah, it's still there.
Okay, then he flies back. He looks confused.
Okay.
What's wrong, Whistler?
So he looks over at Daco and he illusions a bunch of broken glass, then he dismisses it and then illusions the snow globe.
So
Wait.
the barrier's still up for now.
Then he moves it away and same snow globe, but now there's a dragon above the castle, and then he goes and then he shrugs.
Okay, I think I need to clarify something about what Whistler saw.
Did I misinterpret something in the
I might have misspoke. So what you saw when you were at the bottom of the lake, and there seemed to be a force pushing the water away from you to create like an air bubble at the bottom of the lake. That's what I was describing. I was not describing you do see where the barrier is.
Right. Well, his thing though is that somehow the dragons got back inside the barrier if they're in the lake.
No, you saw Opal.
In a lake.
Yeah, in the lake.
Right? And the lake is inside the barrier.
Yeah.
The barrier is outside the lake. Right. What he's saying is the dragon's in the barrier.
Yeah, the dragon is in the
outside in the astral plane.
Right.
That's what he's trying to.
Okay.
I think we assumed that the dragons were gone outside of the barrier, but they never
Oh,
left.
okay.
But they apparently, we just found out they were never gone. They were just in the lake.
They were fighting at the bottom of the lake.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Daco's going to go ahead and ritual cast some water breathing on everybody because that lasts for 24 hours and it may as well get that out of the way.
While Daco is doing that ritual, Zashi is going to attune to her tattoo and the Sword of Cass because the last time we had seen Opal, they were fighting Vecna. So she'll go, "You ready for this? Sausage of Cass?" And we'll attune to it.
Okay.
You've already got blood in your sausage casing.
It's gross pig's blood.
I step back as soon as she attunes, and I take out a little metal ball and I tweak on it and I hand it to her, and all it does, it's like the worst horrible like pine car freshener scent.
Oh yeah, because you now smell like a ghoul.
Oh, gross. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank,
Stepping back from that.
yeah. Thank you, Whistler. And
Oh,
yeah,
actually, and Cass also says, Cass himself you start hearing it. I smell a follower of the Lich.
What do you mean, you follower of Lich?
Oh,
Did she say that out loud?
or is it in the mind?
It's in the mind.
We hear Cass or just Zashi?
Just
Does
Zashi.
she say that out loud?
No, she doesn't. She asks in her mind as well.
Okay.
It's like, what do you mean you smell a follower of the Lich? Like the Lich that you and I are after, or another Lich? Because that Gith over there does follow a Lich Queen.
No, Flacketh has a different scent. This is not Flacketh. This is the whispered one. We'll discover that soon enough.
All right, keep me up to date on that one. I need more coffee.
Get me some too.
Yeah. So we have 3 magic items, right? We're able to tune 2, or is it
Yeah,
4?
3. Unless you're an artificer, and then you get like 70 billion. But
So can I pick what level we're in it now?
there should be one on the coffee table. I'm sorry, what was that, Terry?
Oh, I was wondering if I can take 1 level on artificer before we go.
And maybe 8 levels of barbarian just for funsies.
So are we going to plan on taking the boat, or are we planning on trying to get another way there? Are we going to try to swim the whole way there since we have water breathing?
Well, that's just the ability to breathe. It doesn't convey any movement modes, so we're gonna stick with the boat.
Okay.
And I think between the rudimentary sailing skills and then our ability to shoot jets of water at the back, we might be able to make it go a little bit faster.
Sure. Between Dako's druid abilities and just rowing, you guys could easily make it's going to take a bit. It's going to take about 2 hours to get over there, but
It's faster than walking.
We could just get in the dinghy. We could give Brutus the ring of water walking. He could just pull us.
Sure, Brutus would not be happy with that. Also going to do a round to see if we have enough life jackets to make the trip.
you have enough life jackets. You're not sure if you have a good sound producing device.
Yes, we do. We have Whistler. We can mimic any sound.
Okay. So you're taking the boat, and the shadow mastiff, once you get near the water, its form shifts and becomes goes from being a dog, ends up turning into a fairly a shark about 9 feet long, and
Nice.
dives into the water.
Cool.
Um,
Sammy, make sure you stay towards the surface so we can see you.
its head kind of pops out of the water and like grabs onto onto one of the ropes on the dock and starts pulling it, and then lets it go.
Okay.
Think it means to go that way?
Yep.
Kind of hangs its head a little bit, but then moves forward as you follow them in the boat.
Master Tracker Yankee. Is that the same way that you say? The tracker guy. I don't believe we got his name.
The Githyanki.
I honestly don't have the name for it.
Yeah.
So.
Do you concur?
Yes, last I dropped the spell. Last I knew it was the shark dog thing seems to know which way to head.
I do, while we're in the boat and we're going, I take out Chompers and I wave him in front of the piece of Necro Arcanite on my shield
Mm-hmm.
and say the same things I said when I tried to raise the dragon. Chompers is the zombie head. That,
Yeah. Are you actually casting a spell, or are you?
I wasn't casting the spell last time. I was just screwing around.
Mm. Oh yeah. Okay. But go ahead and give me a D100 check for me, please.
Where to start off?
27.
Okay. Give me a brief second. 27, you said? Okay. Uh the something pulses in the skull and you feel energy kind of trail up your arm. So when we get into combat, I'll tell you what's going to happen. Okay. Otherwise, it takes you guys 2 hours. The shark looks somewhat annoyed at you of how slow you're going.
It's a big boat. I can only bend so much water.
He wants to go faster, turn into oil and push us.
About right when you get to the barrier, which looks very odd because it's just lake water stops. It's like a cliff of water. The shark dives.
Okay.
Here we go, kids.
Do we have long enough rope to reach the bottom?
Hmm?
I'm just asking around. I don't know how much rope we need because something happens and we need to climb back up. Might be easier if we have a lot of rope.
I mean, you have an anchor. You can try to anchor.
That would probably be a good idea, considering that I don't believe we're leaving anyone on the ship, to make sure it doesn't just drift away.
Well, Brutus maybe now.
We also have the guy they're tracking with us, the Yankee, because I don't know if he's going to go the whole way with us. So he might try to take it and drive away.
Does the Githyanki know how to sail?
Yes, he's a pirate.
Yes.
That's awesome. Is he helping us at all?
Nope.
He was there hired for that.
I mean, what was the agreement? Because we're not at the dragon yet, so technically.
Well, yeah, technically, yes, he would have been. He would have actually been like laughing and and like directing you guys how to sail, but
Well, we're not at the dragon yet, so he's still under contract.
he just. I sense it. I'm pretty sure we're right above him. He is actually looking down into the water, but I don't see anything down there.
Well, whatever. Dako's all for it and jumps in the water.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, okay.
Storm just goes right in. He's like, let's just get this over with. I just want to go home.
All right.
Okay, so the lake is about 500 feet deep. When you get to about 400 feet, well, there's a few things I need you to do. I need you to, because the pressure is starting to build up around your frame just from the amount of water that's here. It's not going to cause you damage. I'm not going to have you roll for that, but it is getting unbelievably dark as you get further and further down.
Yep, nothing helps with that.
Mm-hmm.
There goes one more.
Freedom of movement would help with that, but
Yes, freedom of movement would help with that. But I don't know if anyone has the 4th level slots they want to burn on it.
I don't have 4th level spells.
Yes, Terry.
As we're descending into the water, is there anything I see with my special eyes?
Yeah, actually, you see a abjurative magic, like a dome of abjurative magic below you, and it's at about 400 feet. You see this like it's just it looks like a wall in your eyes, but you can see through it, and you can see where basically the water ends and this air bubble begins.
Okay, well, I try to tell everybody as best I can underwater.
I do need perception checks from Daco because you're the first one to dive in.
Gotcha. Perception.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you're able to like see where the water ends before you fall through the thing.
I'm going to stop above the dome and like start waving people down and like telling them to kind of go around and maybe down to the bottom and walk into the dome rather than going in fall.
So I will go down last
Mm-hmm.
after everybody else because I'm the one without dark vision.
Okay.
I will cast light on my shield.
Okay.
And I will go down wherever the anchor is. I will follow the anchor down, and I'll use my magical tinkering to cast a little bit of light every like 120 feet or so on the way down, so that we have a small like trail of dim light going back up towards the surface.
Okay.
In case anyone gets vertigo or confused.
Okay, and Terry?
Well, yeah, I was going to say, I knew Whistler was going to do that ahead of time. I would offer to be light cast upon me as well, so I can see. I want the enemy to attack me.
Okay.
He shrugs because I can only have one instance of light going. I can have the little things of light going, but they're really dim.
Yeah.
They're personal marker lights, so
Yeah.
glow sticks. Okay. Yeah. So you guys, you don't drop straight through the dome. Easy enough. You get to the edge of the uh, of it. You're still. I'm gonna have you still technically in the water. You can see this dome is about 100 feet in radius.
I poke the dome with my sword, see if it'll like go in or if it's some sort of barrier that is going to stop us.
So you poke it. It's there is a little bit of resistance, but it looks like it will allow you through.
Okay. I shrug and start heading into the dome once everyone catches up.
Okay. By the way, you the dome is when you pop your head out, the dome has little like bioluminescent mushrooms, just for you can kind of see what's going on. You see a a broken dragon skeleton, like bones everywhere and piles of dust, and that's pretty much it. And and your shadow and your the dog is back to being a dog.
Okay.
Is it reacting to the bones at all?
It's just kind of circle. It looks like it's prowling. It's like circling around the dome. It doesn't seem to have done anything yet.
But it hasn't gone into the dome?
No, it's in the dome. It's circling around the perimeter of it. Yes, Terry.
Can we try to roll to figure out what kind of dragon it is?
Yeah.
Would you like me to roll?
Arcana. Yeah, it's amethyst skeleton.
I'll walk up to the skull and take a closer look and actually poke at the skull with the sausage of Cass and ask Cass, "Hey, do you sense the whispered one in this thing at all anymore?"
I sense the whispered one. He is here, but not here.
I could swear there was more than just bones left of this thing when last we saw Amethyst.
Yeah, he was kind of still somewhat fleshy last time.
So where's the rest of him?
Maybe Opal ate it?
Now, I will say it's not like a like museum like in a row skeleton. It's like a pile of it.
Oh, okay. I was definitely like picturing like
Yeah, I was unclear on that.
Being there, like... okay.
I reach out and I pull a little piece of amethyst flesh off of Zashi's shoulder. I'll probably like floating around in little chunks.
Well, if we're in the dome, it's not
So-
in water anymore,
Yeah.
is it?
No.
Yeah, you're in the air bubble now. So
I thought since we broke the dome to enter, we let water in, kind of thing. That's what I was thinking.
Mm-mm.
Water. Okay. So then I guess I'll pass to everybody else what I'm thinking. Saying, oh, Worcester, if we need to have an ally with us, would you be able to raise this dragon corpse thing like you did that archer to help us fight?
Oh god.
I believe in you.
Well, I'll wave my shield over it.
give me a D100.
This is how we raised him last time.
Let me look at what happens.
Mini encounter.
So is that the the bone pile suddenly becomes 3 bone piles. Only 2 of them seem to be kind of shimmery.
Did you wish for more bone piles? Oh, sorry, I didn't think I get my point across. I didn't want more bone piles. I wanted to try to raise it. Right, so
I cast levitate on a bone pile and bring it up.
Please roll me a 1d3.
It's not an attack roll.
I know. Instead of it raising up, it just blinks out. There is now 2 bone piles.
Did anything happen with the skull after Zashi played with it?
What skull?
I said I poked the dragon skull with the sausage of Cass.
You don't see the skull.
Oh, never mind. I poked some of the bones.
Cass just said to Zashi, I sense Vecna here,
Mm-hmm.
but he is not here.
Yeah. Here, not here.
Mm-hmm.
And Zashi's looking around the dome, trying to, I guess, look for prints to see if maybe the opal is just out of sight.
Okay, give me a survival check.
Nope.
You should have asked for help.
I am ritually casting detect magic to look at the air bubble.
Yeah, and I should mention, Bill, you noticed the observative magic while you're in here. There was strong necromancy magic coming from the bones. Although as soon as Whistler did whatever he did, also illusion magic. Now that there's 2, but that's what you got for detect for your eyes. So Whistler, when you ritually cast detect magic, same thing happens.
Okay. So can I tell more about
Oh, and Bill and Whistler both would see this now too. You have this like weird swirl of necromantic energy around your left hand.
Both of us, or
just Whistler?
Okay. So I'd let Whistler know if Whistler doesn't see it. Point out, Whistler, did you do that on purpose?
He puts his hand behind his back.
I'll take that as a yes.
I'll be right back.
So since I'm not the only one that sees it, I'll point it out to everybody, let you guys know what we actually saw. Necromantic energy, blah blah blah, illusion, all that stuff.
Taco's just about to start yelling for Opal.
Yeah, Zashi's right there with Taco.
We came a long way for this. You come out here right now.
Does anyone know a good way to lure out a dragon?
Normally with either gold or a lot of meat or maybe teeth.
Storm's just like, here, dragon. Here.
I'm literally calling out Opal by name.
Okay. Around this time, you actually see the Mastiff seems to bound towards the center. Let me roll that.
I think Sammy's got the scent again. DD 20?
I don't know what I did. Okay.
I don't know what you did either.
You see the dog jump and in midair bite down onto something.
All right, I'm gonna run right up next to Sammy and try to hit next to him.
Okay.
You want me to roll an attack?
Sure. With disadvantage.
Nope. Dang it. Okay. Did this? Yay, it worked. But I'm pretty sure an 11 misses.
Yeah, you find no purchase. You also see Sammy would get. Oh, let me do this real quick.
Do I see an aura of illusion magic at whatever?
Nope.
But Sammy's off the ground though, right?
Yeah.
Latch on to something. Can I get a blanket for my bedroll and then try to throw it on whatever he's trying to fight?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a. I don't think you're proficient in blanket, but we'll go ahead and say you are. So, give me an attack roll.
I think Sashi's going to take the potion of true sight.
Okay, you see Sammy gets flung right before the blanket comes, and it definitely hits something, and then immediately like falls off. And so Zashi takes the potion to true sight.
Yep.
Can I cast Entangle over there?
Yeah. Okay, so let me go through this. So Entangle is going to be a strength save, right?
Yes, strength save. But hey, we should be seeing vines and whatnot snap and crackle and pop.
Yeah, you see, it's a much smaller space than you kind of imagined. But yeah, the little 5 feet square of Entangle just gets pushed off. Zashi. You take the potion of true sight, kind of seated on a chair by the pile of bones is a skeleton with one burning eye and a just kind of watching y'all. And then where the entanglement was is it looks like a halfling but then also like a six-winged dragon, just like shadow around it.
Okay. I'm going to look at the whispered one and the they're not fighting, they're like sitting next to each other.
No, the whispered one. So you get the sense that the whispered one is in the ethereal plane.
Mm-hmm.
That the dragon is, or the halfling is there, and this seems to be some type of natural invisibility that it can maintain.
Okay. I will go ahead and let everyone know, hey, looks like halfling natural invisibility thing right there, shadowy six-winged dragon kind of shadow around it, and the whispered one I kind of flip off in the ethereal plane where he is, and I'll say I'll deal with you later. And
I minor illusion my eye being green.
Okay.
A wave, just kind of in the direction of wherever she flipped off.
Yes, Terry.
Well, it's whatever she says direction-wise, I'm just going to charge and run through that.
Well, go ahead and give me an attack roll, and then we'll actually roll initiative. It's really hard to hit something, even when you know it's there. Really hard to hit something that you can't see. But let's go ahead and get an initiative from you guys.
Yay.
It's a pretty plain 200-foot like area, so I'm not gonna even have a map that we can do all of this from. Okay, so I got Whistler first. It looks like everybody will go before Opal except for Bill.
Yep.
Okay. So Whistler.
Whistler just walks over and in Vecna's voice he says, "Minion," and he does this, and then he does that.
To where Vecna was indicated Vecna was, or where the
Yeah, but he doesn't walk like towards it. He just kind of walks in, like he just walks just slightly past Zashi, so he's kind of standing in front of the group, and then kind of in that direction because he can't see it. Yeah, and then he will hold his action to shell touch anyone who attacks the group.
Okay. Zashi.
all right, so I'm going to shift to the side, approaching Opal, and
I will let you know. You see, actually, Vecna starts walking towards Whistler when Whistler says minion, and has his ethereal hand outreached.
But he's still in the ethereal plane.
Yep.
So, well, in that case, I guess I step in front of Whistler and go, "Whistler, what are you doing?" And I'm actually in between Whistler and where I see Vecna approaching, and I've got my hand on Cass, waiting to see what Vecna's going to do. And yeah, I guess I'm going to have to hold my action to attack Vecna if he in any way becomes material that I can deal with.
You okay? That would bring us then to Storm.
Well, Storm can't see anybody,
Mm-hmm.
so he's going to hold his action for a firebolt for whoever he sees first, pretty much.
Okay. Daco.
I'm looking at something here. Yeah. So how big is that area of entangle that's still there?
Um, uh, however big entanglement is.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that it made us smaller.
No. The area that seems to be getting like that seemed to have gotten broken from the guy making their save was.
Ah, gotcha. Well, then, right there in that broken area,
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and even do. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a. Would a moonbeam work down here? I don't even. Or way under the water. I don't think anything I have is gonna work down here.
Moonbeam would work. It's 100 feet up, so you can get a moonbeam.
Oh, well, would call lightning work too?
Technically, I think the cloud is 100 feet up, so.
Oh, well then, screw that. We're going for call lightning on that badass mofo over there.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna go ahead.
So
and-
this cloud starts filling up this area. Yeah, it's basically right at the top of the dome.
Cool. Well, Daco is just going all Raiden over here with electricity.
Okay, so deck save.
Yeah. 15 for half.
It fails. So 27 damage to this thing.
Do our tattoos do anything to help that?
Hmm?
I said, did our tattoos do anything to help that?
No. However,
Uh-oh. Did I light up his world and make him visible?
you guys can actually see as the electricity passes through this kind of halfling form. He is there. It is, but it's, as I said, it's like a weird natural invisibility. That's why the detect magic stuff doesn't really work. Even with Mizashi's true sight, it's hard to see. That's why it's halfling size. It's not really a halfling. But it is now, unless you have a bonus action, it's now Opal's turn.
I'm good.
Opal will go ahead and will run up to Zashi, and fortunately does not have advantage on this, so
Oh, darn.
and we'll make 2 attacks with a dagger. 27 to hit.
Yeah, 27 hits.
You take 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay. And my held action doesn't go off because I specifically said I was
Waiting for Vecna.
right.
Yep.
Mine goes off.
Oh yeah, but Whistler's goes off.
Didn't,
I'm at disadvantage because I can't see it.
Right. Yeah, it's really hard to hit something you can't see.
so, if it was briefly visible when being struck by lightning, wouldn't Storm's seeing an enemy action trigger?
I mean, it was quick, but yeah, I'll let the trigger.
Just trying to help out here, you know.
Just trying to get these attacks in.
Right? I have a.
Alright.
We're gonna
Yeah,
need.
you still have disadvantage because it was really quick. It's not.
All right, so
Nope.
it's 11. Nope.
Okay, so Bill.
Guess I'll try to make attack on it as well, since I can't really see, but I saw it briefly. 13.
Yeah, it just swiftly dodges out of the way. It is going to actually use. Oh, I still miss. It is going to use a legendary action at the end of your turn, and will. What does it want to do? It will go ahead and try to stab Whistler this time. It does have advantage because
I can't see it.
yeah.
Can I give it disadvantage?
I think it doesn't matter. It's still missed.
Yep, it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, back to the top with what is it? Oh, I forgot. Whistler.
Okay. So I will. Um. I will just cast. I'll take out my little fork. And. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Actually, I take out a. Yeah, I take out my fork. I point it at the dragon bones, and I use catapult to make it fly right in front of Zashi, in the direction where I'm pretty sure Zashi got attacked from.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast it. Just the first level, because I don't know if he's actually even gonna be there.
He'll take the damage. Okay, so you smash this thing. You actually you hear it crumple to the ground. As it doesn't have much HP. Zashi, actually, all of you see this. Well, you don't see the disintegration that Zashi sees as it disintegrates into the ground, and then you start feeling a rumbling underneath you.
Okay. Rumbling underneath me. Us.
Yeah. In fact, I need everybody to make a strength save to stay up.
Okay. Anyone within 10 feet of me, add 3 to it.
Let's all be within 10 feet. I mean, I'm kidding.
Yes, definitely start a dragon fight all within 10 feet of each other.
Well, I definitely wasn't within 10 feet though, because you stepped right in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Still, Whistler and Daco, you both fail. You both get knocked prone from just the rumbling, but it's not the Opal's turn yet, so see what happens there. It does at the end of Whistler's turn though. Vecna is going to reach down and from the ethereal plane and do whatever he's gonna do to Whistler. Do you react?
Yeah. If, like I said, I was holding my action to hit him with cast as soon as I could. So
Okay, roll an attack roll.
it's not going to be good because.
Doesn't really matter. He's in the ethereal plane. You can't hit him anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it swings wide. Vecna does kind of hiss at as the sort of cast passes through him.
Mm-hmm.
But Whistler, you feel something grab your hand and just pull you up. You're back on your feet. That weird feeling on your hand grows stronger.
All right.
And but that was the end of Whistler's turn. I think it's Zashi was next.
Right.
Okay.
Frustrated. Once Vecna did whatever he did to Whistler, what does he do?
He goes back to sitting down.
All right, I put the Sword of Cass away and grab my rapier. I will hold my action.
Make a charisma save as you try to put the Sword of Cass away.
Okay. $15.
I cannot. I have yet to taste blood.
Oh shoot! I'm right there. He's gonna hit me.
Mm-hmm.
He does when you fail one.
Roll an attack roll against Whistler.
I give disadvantage.
Okay. You have disadvantage because Bill's.
11 to hit. I'm pretty sure I miss.
You miss.
It's really good because if sort because of other things.
Yeah, I said, Cass, just calm down. I'll feed you in a minute. And yeah, I'm gonna hold my action to.
Technically, you
attack.
can't because you used your action to attack Whistler.
All right.
You can make another attack against something, but you can't.
Can I make an attack where it looks like Opal's coming out?
Sure. You have disadvantage on the attack because you can't see Opal, but you kind of know where they're at.
And it's with Cass again because I wasn't able to put him away, right?
Right. Nope.
Okay.
Just kind of ting off the ground.
I will go ahead and use my bonus action to cast Branding Smite.
Okay.
I don't know why that's rolling right now. Nope, I don't want you to roll. I'm just stop it.
Okay. Let's see. And that would bring us then to Storm.
Okay, Storm is going to hold action with a fireball for whenever, I guess, whatever's coming out of the ground appears.
Okay. Then Daco. Yes, Terry.
Was going to double check for Brutus since I believe we missed him last time.
Brutus is around. I'll add him. There's no way you're getting through this fight. This session. We will probably actually, when it emerges, probably stop it there. Just because this is you're already through stage 1, but this is a 4-stage fight. Spoilers. So.
Okay, well, Darko's going to go ahead and continue blasting some lightning into that area where he knows the halfling is nearby.
Okay. I'm. See, he's still underground. I'll go ahead and have him do the save. Half damage. Pretty sure.
Damage is damage. And it's like a big old laser pointer every time I actually hit him.
Okay. Okay, blasting out of the because when it's lightning damage. So blasting out of the ground is Opal. There's 6 wings kind of unfurled. It will use its breath weapon. The only one that's out of position for the breath weapon, I really should have done the map. So Whistler and Zashi are definitely taking it. I think Storm is out of reach of it. And then probably hit Bill. So Bill, Zashi, and Whistler, I need intelligence saves with advantage for this.
That's rude, but yeah, okay.
So Whistler, you're gonna take half damage. Zashi and Bill take full damage. What's up?
Whistler would still add +3 to that, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I succeeded.
Yeah.
What kind of damage did they take?
Psychic damage. Oh, which means that Bill doesn't take all this damage either.
Yeah, he takes half.
Bill's been too busy giving everybody else psychic damage.
Right?
So Zashi take 50, and then
50. I got 22.
I know.
Either a 23 or a 24
Mm-hmm.
for his save DC.
Holy crap! Wow. Ouch.
So we all take 50?
Bill would take 25 because it's psychic damage and you're resistant, and Whistler made his save.
Damn. Ow. Not yet.
These breath weapons are terrible.
You're gonna make me drop concentration on my spell to heal you, aren't you?
Somebody's going to be like,
So for Zashi, it's you just hear screaming in your head.
Okay.
Like for everybody else, like it opens his mouth like it's going to scream, but no words come out of it. For those that were actually in the breath weapon, though, it's like reverberating inside your skull. For those of you that just tried to scry on it before, it's a familiar feeling.
Mm-hmm.
do I get my fireball before?
Yeah, you can do your fireball now.
Oh man.
So it's dex check. Saving throw.
Must be all that water.
Yeah.
The air is really humid, you know. It's hard to say.
I'm pretty sure 22 succeeds, so 12 points of fire damage. So we'll finish up this turn. So Bill,
Gonna move as close as he can to attack.
yeah, it's easy enough to attack. This thing is bigger than than any of the other dragons you fought. It's gargantuan. It's taking up a lot of space.
23 to hit.
Yeah, 23 hits. Okay. Yeah, you start carving into it. It actually looks, the wounds look deeper than you thought they would be.
So this is not magical damage if that matters.
Oh, I know it's not magical damage, and it does matter, but it's a very weird thing.
No, that'll be my turn then.
Okay. And that's where we'll leave off. So,
Gotcha.
fortunately, you're not like stunned or anything from that psychic damage.
Yeah.
Or unconscious in the middle of the ocean and drowning.
Yeah.
Did it? So the wounds that Bill gave look deeper.
Yeah,